From their groundbreaking contributions to philosophy and science, to their larger-than-life myths and epic battles, the ancient Greeks continue to fascinate and inspire us today. In this video, we'll explore some shocking things they did that will blow your mind. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Now, join us as we dive into the world of Greeks and uncover the secrets of their incredible civilization. Invented the first computer. The Antikythera mechanism is an extraordinary ancient Greek artifact that continues to baffle and amaze scholars today. Discovered in 1901 among the wreckage of a shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, the device is the oldest known example of an analog computer. It was used to predict astronomical positions and eclipses decades in advance and to track the 4-year cycle of athletic games like the Olympiad. The mechanism contained 37 meshing bronze gears that allowed it to follow the movements of the moon and the sun through the zodiac and to model the irregular orbit of the moon, a motion studied by astronomer Hippocrates of Rhodes in the 2nd century BC. Its construction has been variously dated to between 150 and 100 BC or 205 BC. The Antikythera mechanism is a remarkable achievement in ancient technology, and all known fragments are now kept in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, where they are on display alongside artistic reconstructions and replicas. The device is a testament to the ingenuity and scientific prowess of the ancient Greeks and a testament to the long and rich history of human innovation. Experts believe Santorini is the lost city of Atlantis. Santorini is often linked to the legend of Atlantis, the powerful civilization that vanished beneath the sea. The story comes from ancient texts by Plato, who wrote about a great island kingdom with 10 cities. According to the tale, the people of Atlantis attacked Athens, but the Athenians won. Later, Atlantis was hit by a disaster and sank into the sea. Some scholars believe Santorini is the lost Atlantis due to discoveries made at Akrotiri, while others suggest it could be Minoan Crete. The question remains, did Atlantis really exist? The mystery continues to captivate scientists and the public alike. You can visit famous islands mentioned in Greek myth. Greek mythology is a fascinating world of action, romance, drama, and glamour. To truly immerse yourself in these epic stories, you can visit the places in Greece that were once an essential part of mythology. Mount Olympus, towering at 10,000 feet, is believed to have been the home of the most prominent Greek gods. Mount Ida in Crete is where Zeus was born or raised until he was ready to face his father. Delos Island is where Artemis and Apollo were born. Acheron River, known as the River of Death, was believed to flow to the underworld. Ithaca was the home of Odysseus, and Komos is believed to be the location of Minos' throne. Aegina is named after one of Zeus's love interests and is the island where the ants were transformed into humans to repopulate the area after a plague. These places are steeped in mythology and history, and many of them offer archaeological significance, lush green surroundings, and relaxation paradises. You can participate in outdoor activities like rafting and horse riding in the Archeon River or diving in Ithaca. Visiting these places is like stepping back in time and experiencing the wonder of Greek mythology in person. They created some of the most famous art pieces in the world. Ancient Greek art is known for its stunning naturalistic yet idolized depictions of the human body, with an emphasis on nude male figures. Sculpture was the primary medium for artistic innovation, although painting also saw significant advancements, particularly in the field of painted pottery. Greek architecture, though technically simple, established a harmonious style with many detailed conventions that continued to influence modern buildings. Greek art had a significant impact on Eurasian art, spreading beyond the Greek world thanks to Alexander the Great and his conquests. The form of art developed during a time of radical political change and increased prosperity, with significant achievements made in philosophy, literature, and other fields. The art of ancient Greece is typically divided into 4 periods: geometric, archaic, classical, and Hellenistic. However, there was no sharp transition from one period to another, and artistic styles developed at different speeds in different regions of the Greek world. Greek art of various forms was widely exported, contributing to its lasting influence. Unfortunately, the survival rate of the art form varies significantly between media, with pottery, coins, and stone sculptures being the most prevalent surviving artifacts. Greek statues were not white. Did you know that classical sculptures weren't always white? Greeks and Romans used to paint their marble sculptures in a variety of colors, but over time the paint faded away, leaving the sculpture colorless. During the Renaissance, artists like Leonardo da Vinci promoted the idea of white marble as the ultimate form of sculpture, even though he knew about the polychromatic lacune group sculpture that was discovered in 1506. According to archaeologist and expert Vinzenz Brinkmann, Da Vinci and other artists started the myth of the whiteness, which led to the suppression of the polychromy in the 20th century. The absence of color came to be associated with beauty, while colors were considered exotic and gaudy. However, the pigments used to color classical sculptures were often more highly prized than the marble itself. Brinkmann and his colleagues have attempted to recreate ancient sculptures as they were in their time, lavishly painted with rare pigments. In the Gods of Color exhibition, replicas of ancient marble sculptures are painted in shimmering gold, deep purple, vivid blue, and bright yellow, revealing the true beauty and wonder of these ancient works of art. They founded the Olympic Games. The ancient Olympic Games were a series of athletic competitions held in ancient Greece to honor Zeus. They started around 776 BC and continued for centuries, being held every 4 years. The games included various events such as running, jumping, throwing, and combat sports. The victors were awarded olive leaf wreaths or crowns. The games were also used by city-states to assert their dominance over rivals and spread Hellenistic culture throughout the Mediterranean. Only free-born Greek men were allowed to participate, but athletes from any Greek city-state and kingdom could compete as long as they met the entrance criteria. The Olympics featured religious celebrations, and the statue of Zeus at Olympia was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The ancient Olympics had fewer events than the modern games, and the games were always held at Olympia. Victors at the Olympics were highly honored, and their accomplishments were remembered for generations. They had some of the most famous philosophers. Ancient Greek philosophers emerged in the 6th century BC, bringing an end to the Greek Dark Ages. They used reason to make sense of the world and explored various subjects such as astronomy, mathematics, ethics, metaphysics, ontology, logic, biology, rhetoric, and aesthetics. They also influenced Western culture to a significant extent, and their ideas inspired many prominent thinkers and philosophical traditions that followed. Socrates, one of the most well-known philosophers of the time, taught his students to think critically and question their beliefs, a method known as the Socratic method. His pupil, Plato, founded the Academy in Athens, which became the center of philosophical inquiry in the ancient world. He is best known for his book, The Republic, in which he explored the nature of justice and the ideal society. Aristotle, another renowned philosopher, was Plato's pupil and later taught Alexander the Great. He founded the Lyceum in Athens, where he taught a wide range of subjects, including biology and metaphysics. His work on logic and scientific inquiry laid the groundwork for modern science. Other notable philosophers of the time included Pythagoras, known for his contributions to mathematics and geometry, and Epicurus, who taught that happiness was the ultimate goal of life. The ancient Greek philosophers continued to shape Western thought for centuries to come, and their legacy lives on today. The Minoan women. The Minoans were an ancient civilization that lived on the Greek island of Crete from 3000 BC to 1100 BC. Archaeologist Sir Arthur Evans discovered their remains from 1900 to 1905 and found that women played a much more prominent role in Minoan society than men. They were often depicted on thrones, larger in size, or central positions, and attended to by others. Images of pregnant women or women with children were lacking, as women were seen in a more social context rather than a domestic one. Minoan women even participated in bull leaping, a typically male-dominated sport. The snake goddesses, found in Knossos Palace, were believed to be prominent deities in the Minoan religion. These discoveries suggest that Minoan societies had distinct attitudes toward gender roles, making them an intriguing and unique civilization. They had many famous female pioneers. Despite being confined to their home in ancient Greece, a few women rose to become respected doctors, philosophers, and mathematicians. Aspasia of Miletus was an influential figure in classical Athens who established a girls' school. Agnosti of Athens was the first female midwife known to history, and her success led to the law against female physicians practicing in Athens being overturned. Hypatia of Alexandria was a philosopher, astronomer, and mathematician who was stoned to death after being accused of witchcraft. Hipparchia of Monaria married the most notorious Cynic philosopher of her time and wrote many works, but unfortunately they have been lost. III of Macedonia, the first female philosopher, passed teachings on to her son, Aristippus the Younger. Haida of Sion was a top swimmer and diver who, with her father, caused the Persian fleet to sink, allowing the Greek naval forces to prepare for battle and eventually defeat the Persians. Telesilla of Argos was a prominent lyric poet who gained fame by pushing the Spartan forces away from her hometown. They had the greatest military leader of all time. Alexander III of Macedonia, known as Alexander the Great, was a king of ancient Macedonia who ruled from 336 BC until he died in 323 BC. He became king at the age of 20 and spent most of his time leading a military campaign across Western Asia and Egypt. By the age of 30, he had created one of the largest empires in history, stretching from Greece to northwestern India. He was an undefeated military commander and is considered one of the greatest in history. Alexander was tutored by Aristotle until the age of 16 and campaigned in the Balkans before leading the Greeks on their conquest of Persia. He invaded India and achieved a significant victory over King Porus, but eventually turned back due to his troops' homesickness. Alexander died in Babylon, leaving behind planning campaigns that would have included a Greek invasion of Arabia. He founded more than 20 cities, including Alexandria in Egypt, and spread Greek culture throughout his empire, leading to the dominance of Hellenistic civilization. Alexander's military achievements and tactics remain significant subjects of study in military academies worldwide, and his legacy continues to inspire wonder and admiration. They had the father of medicine. Hippocrates of Kos was a Greek physician born around 460 BC on the island of Kos. He is regarded as the father of medicine due to his contributions to the field, such as the use of clinical observation and the systematic categorization of diseases. The Hippocratic school of medicine revolutionized ancient Greek medicine and established it as a distinct profession. Hippocrates' personal life is not well known, and much of what is attributed to him may have been done by his students or other practitioners of Hippocratic medicine. He is credited with coining the Hippocratic Oath, which is still in use today, and greatly advancing the systematic study of clinical medicine through his writings in the Hippocratic Corpus. Hippocrates taught and practiced medicine throughout his life and died at the age of 83 to 90, leaving behind a legacy that has influenced medicine for centuries. They had one of the greatest poets. Homer is a celebrated ancient Greek poet, credited with composing the Iliad and the Odyssey, two epic poems that are fundamental works of Greek literature. These masterpieces are among the most significant and influential works in the history of Western literature, inspiring countless authors, musicians, artists, and filmmakers. The Iliad centers on a quarrel between King Agamemnon and the warrior Achilles during the final year of the Trojan War, while the Odyssey chronicles a 10-year journey of Odysseus back to his home after the fall of Troy. Homer's epic poems had a profound impact on Greek culture, promoting ideals of heroism, honor, and glory. Despite the widespread belief that the poems were originally transmitted orally, scholars are still debating who composed them, where, when, and under what circumstances. While many stories circulated in ancient times about Homer's life, they are now considered legendary. Today, only the Iliad and the Odyssey are associated with the name Homer, although many other works were once attributed to him. These claims are now generally discredited and do little more than reflect the central place Homer occupies in ancient Greek culture. The ancient Greek theaters in Greece were designed in such a way that those in the back rows could hear the performers. The ancient Greeks built a theater in Epidaurus in the 4th century BC that had amazing acoustics. Even people sitting in the back row could hear music and voices clearly without any sound system. For years, experts have tried to figure out what made the theater so special. Some thought it was the wind or the slope, while others thought it was the masks or Greek speech rhythm. However, recent research has shown that the secret is the limestone seats. The seats act as an acoustic filter, blocking out low-frequency background noise and reflecting high-frequency noise to the audience. This carries the actor's voice to the back rows of the theater. The seats also create a special effect that helps the audience hear the missing frequencies. The Greeks likely didn't realize the importance of the seats, and later theaters didn't use the same materials, leading to the gradual abandonment of Epidaurus's design over time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go to the comment section and tell us your favorite thing about the ancient Greeks.